Now let's get lively.
Follow me hard. I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. Oh, don't be scared, homie. I'm not surprised, motherfucker. Grab his dick and twist it.
Oh my god, dude, it's an MMA fight, dude.
You twist that dick. Twist his dick.
Tradies and gentlewomen, it is indeed time for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching along at home. This is the Eggplant Tornado podcast, the fight podcast for the common man. We coming at you live over Zoom, and with me as always is the man, the myth, the legend, the Griff. How you doing this week, buddy?
Oh, I'd be better if the people went to whatever social platform they use and got behind us, help you enjoy yourselves.
That's it, man. And only a select bunch of social media platforms. Some will refuse to be named.
Yeah, fuck them.
Anyway, rounding out the trio is a prediction wizard himself and a being made of pure logic, Frumi. How you doing this week, buddy?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Fucking fresh off 3 days off work, so not bad.
That's it, man. Can't complain. Went in, got a couple of hours done today.
That's
God knows
it.
we didn't do a whole lot, but we did our part.
Oh, I'm more than every other cunt. So.
Speaking of doing our part, what have we got in store for the people this week, Griff?
Stock standard, believe it or not. Wouldn't be an
Best
episode
believe.
without it. UFC 287 breakdown. Good card. So yeah, we'll go over
Crazy
that.
good card, man.
Stevenson versus Tajiri, the breakdown that we're all been waiting for. Then we've got a couple of previews to go over. The Holloway versus Allen card. It's a fun card. A fun fight. Then Joyce versus Zhang. And that's the heavyweight Zhang, not the UFC fighter. And we'll just round out with a little That Seems My Burn.
I don't know if I wrote that name right.
Who, Tajiri?
Yeah, I think it's Yoshino.
No, yeah, it probably is, but it just looks like Tajiri, so I'm just rolling with it. The wrestler.
Off to a flyer.
Oh my god! I'm like, fuck! I full thought I corrected that.
Probably from the same country, to be fair.
Oh my god!
It looks like it.
Help us, please.
Oh, if I can roll into a bit of Belieb it or not, then, boys?
Oh, you best believe
Let's
it.
do it.
Well, believe it or not, the gynecologist has made the phone call yet again, and Zoo versus Charlo is postponed again.
I mean, it's got to be expected, You can't get over a pussy injury that bad, that fast. You've got to let it heal, not get it pounded in every night. So, Charlo's got a way to go. He's got to, just get his brother moving, probably living in a different place. That'll probably be his first step.
Jesus Christ.
No.
But like, I don't fucking understand. It's like you didn't have a cast or anything on your hand when you were doing when you were on the panel for the Zoo fight. Your hand didn't look that bad. And then actually, I remember somebody asking him about it, and he said, like, no, it's going well. I'm like training and stuff like that, and we're talking to these people. And so, what happened?
Yeah, I don't know. It's weirdo. Just ducking him, bro. Seen what he did to fucking Krillin. The black Krillin.
Oh, fuck. Like, Zoo is looking to have another fight around June sometime, I believe.
Yeah, I did see something about that. In
Yeah,
Australia.
against who though?
I have no idea.
Give him Jeff Horn again. That'd be fun.
Bring Jeff Horn out of retirement, just to retire
keep
him
busy.
again.
Yeah. That'd be the best bet.
I believe you'd be up to be a sparring partner for that, Griff.
You'd want to hope.
If he makes his way down to Sydney.
Oh,
Stuck him.
fuck, he could surely fucking fly the Griff up there.
Think so?
Get it on.
On a teacher's salary, you reckon?
Surely he made enough fucking off Pacquiao and Crawford. Fuck.
Yeah, you would have for sure.
Surely. It's not
No.
expensive to fly.
I don't
Right,
reckon he would
okay.
have. See, that's the thing. He would have had some fucking delusion in his head for that Crawford fight. Like, oh, I'll just take fucking $100,000 because I'm going to win.
But
The Hornet.
I don't think he was ever going to beat Crawford. I don't think even he believed he was ever going to beat Crawford over there. Even
Bro, they
the
don't even
Hornet
they
didn't
don't even
believe.
show, like, like for the zoo fights and I don't know if they do or anything because I haven't seen any horn fights past the Crawford one, but like I've never seen that in like highlights or anything anywhere because it's literally just a beat down. But how long did he last? Like 7 rounds or some shit like that?
Yeah, I think it was like 7, something like that.
He got destroyed.
Oh, it wasn't a good day for him.
Fucking destroyed. Hilarious. Anyway, speaking of people that might get destroyed.
Well, I don't know who might get destroyed, Ned.
T.O.'s going down, man.
Yeah, we got.
He,
Josh-
did you see that fucking bullshit on the weekend? Josh Taylor came from Scotland to New York.
No, I
For
didn't see
fucking,
that.
he was, where the fuck was he? No, sorry, he was in New Jersey. He was there for the Shakur fight. And T.O. was like crossing in like via like, Zoom or whatever the fuck. And he's like, no, like I'm, like Taylor literally said to him, he's like, I flew all the way over here from Scotland. I'm in New York City or like, close enough to the city that you live in and you couldn't even come here and face me. He's like, oh yeah, but I'm over here in Miami like promoting our fight at the UFC. It's like, come on, nobody at the UFC gives a fuck about you, let alone
Yeah.
boxing.
Yeah, none of them. give a
No
fuck
one
about
knows
it.
who you are at that arena. They don't fucking care.
Well, Josh Taylor reckons that it doesn't go past 6 to 8 rounds.
I make that bet.
So
I see.
we'll see.
I see T.O. doing all right.
See, this is one of the rare things that we disagree on.
I don't know. I feel like it's like he's got a lot to lose. Like if he goes out and loses this fight, where's it go for him? After like a pretty lackluster performance against Wilson or whatever his name was.
He lost again. If he goes out and loses, he loses against a former undisputed champion. If Taylor goes out and loses, he gets his first O against some cunt that lost against George Kambosos and then arguably lost against Sandor Martin. Taylor has
Martin.
so much more to lose.
That's his name. Well, I feel like, going to a new division, if you have like a lackluster performance like he did against Martin, and then you just go get sparked out against Taylor, like it doesn't leave you in a very good spot.
That's true. But I also think the whole thing that comes into it is the fact he's been rushed into this position as well. He's had 2 fights at this weight, maybe 3. And the first 2 were like extremely easy touches. And Martin was supposed to be one as well. They sort of handpicked him because they thought, oh, well, he's a decent enough opponent and he'll look good. And then T.O. just got outboxed for 12 fucking rounds and then handed a decision.
Yeah, I didn't watch the fight, so I can't really
It was bullshit.
talk about it.
Thoughts for him?
I don't know. It depends on what T.O. comes to fight, really. If he's still doubting himself, he's probably going to get the floor wiped with himself.
This is the thing. It really depends on him because I think we're going to get the same Taylor regardless. Like, Taylor's a pretty consistent boxer.
So, and like Taylor, I suppose he believes that he won that fight
Against Catterall.
against Catterall. So
Yeah,
like,
he can believe it all he wants. He didn't
he's
win
got-
the fight.
Yeah, but like what I'm trying to get to the point of is he's not lost any confidence in anything the way that Lopez has.
Yes.
Like he was meant to go in and walk through Kambosos and got beat, then moves up in weight and like hasn't looked great since. Really.
No, not at all, man. That footage of him after the Martin fight questioning, like, do I still got it? To himself. I don't even know if he was asking anybody or if he was just saying that out loud that was supposed to be in his own head.
Yeah, like I just don't know. Like if you've got that much doubt, like in the back of your mind, going into a fight with like, Josh Taylor, who's arguably the best person at that weight class, like is not good for you. Especially when like Taylor's coming in all confident still. Like hasn't had a dent put in his armor where fucking Lopez has, and he showed it like on TV, on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
He's
see-
fucking doubtful of himself.
No, you go, Griff.
Oh no, I was just saying, like, yeah, after getting dropped by Cambosis, it like shattered his confidence that he had, like after beating Loma and whatnot.
Well, this is the point that I was going to make. He came in. Sorry. Excuse me. He came into that Cambosis fight confident as fuck and still got dropped and outboxed. So, I don't know. Is his attitude really the issue? Or is he just not as good as everyone thinks he is?
Well, I don't know. There's no no one can defeat you like your own mentality can.
Mm.
Like
No,
your
that's
own
been
doubts
shown.
and, like your own doubts and shit, and like, yeah, he's won his fights at this weight class, but like, as I said before, he hasn't looked great. So like, I don't feel like if he's that doubtful of himself like he was after that last fight, do I still got it? And then like you're going into a fight with Josh Taylor, who's like one of the best, like going around at the moment. It's, I don't know, not a good spot to be in, I don't think, if you're Lopez.
No, not at all. But it remains to be seen how it's going to go anyway. So how long was that? It's like 3 months? How far away is June?
Like, what are we in April? 2 months?
Yeah.
It
2
just
months.
start of April, so 2, maybe closer to 3 months. What date is it? The 10th.
June 10th.
Well,
So
we're
literally 2 months.
from today.
Oh, fuck, we've got a good couple of months coming up.
And apparently the tickets for that go on sale in like 2 days or something.
Jesus.
Fuck no, it's early.
So it's real.
Yeah, so they're not fucking around. They're giving sort of as much time to buy your fucking tickets as you can, considering they officially announced it yesterday.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So good on them. Speaking of announcements, according to multiple sources, Spence versus Crawford is a done deal for June 17. And according to IFL, the official announcement is to be made at the Tank Garcia fight.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
in like 2 weeks apparently.
That's generally a pretty reliable source.
So,
And that
yeah.
would, like, time frame would work out. Like, you were starting to see news like a week ago. That would be
Yeah.
about 2.5 months, 3 months out.
Yeah, well, the 22nd they're saying it's a done deal for the 17th of June.
Yeah.
So the official announcement will be made, well, IFL are saying, at Tank versus Garcia. So that's the 22nd of this month.
Yep.
So that's still 8 weeks out. And if we've heard about like rumors about it from, 2 weeks ago, chances are they're both in camp. Their camps have like officially started, and that'll put it about 7 weeks roughly out from the fight.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
plenty of time to
100%.
still promote it. Like, it's a big enough fight. You don't need to promote it once it's official. Like, that
No,
fight sells itself.
Yeah, it's promoted itself like over this period of time of it not getting done. So
Yeah,
like
years in the making of just like built it up in its own way.
Yeah, so once
To
the
the point
announcement's
that-
official.
Dude, this is how fucked up it is, to the point that, like, it's been going on that long. Griff has had time to discover, fall in love, and become obsessed with boxing to the point that he's now waiting for this fight.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
we've been waiting for this fight before you even watched boxing.
Yeah. It's been a long ass time. So
It's been far too fucking long, man.
And like now it's good though, because I feel like the promotions have been like the PBC have been backed into a corner, because Errol Spence can't make 147 for much longer, man. He's a big dude for that weight class.
Yeah, he's fucking huge for that weight class, man. And that's the thing. He's like, if their ages were flipped around, you could say, "Oh, Spence will finish his career at that weight," kind of thing. Because Bud came up from lightweight, didn't he? He was a lightweight, then he was a 140.
Yeah, I think he was undisputed at 140.
Yeah,
So he's going like double undisputed with this fight.
which is huge.
Oh, that's massive.
Which is like, you understand why he's been fucking waiting so long, because he probably would have moved up as well.
Yeah, you'd think so. Well, I think if fucking Crawford wins, I think he'll make the jump. Like, he seems like the type of bloke that's not scared to lose. Like Canelo, not scared to take a loss chasing greatness.
No.
And he has already had like a feud with Charlo. And
He
like
trains with Charlo. It's weird.
No, I mean Crawford.
Oh, right, sorry.
Like, so if Crawford wins, I feel he'll make the jump. He'll go to 154 and try and get undisputed there.
Yeah, try to get like triple undisputed.
Can you imagine like Crawford versus Tim Tszyu?
That'd be huge.
Dude.
Like, Tszyu beats fucking Charlo, Crawford versus Tim Tszyu. That's fucking...
No, all I can imagine is Tim Tszyu knocking out
fucking-
Crawford and Horn sitting at home reacting like Alexander Volkanovski did on the weekend.
Yeah.
Just yes, slapped.
Yeah, for sure.
But fuck, like it's like 154 is not a hugely deep division, but fuck, there's a good couple of fights that if this fight happens in June, Crawford wins and then immediately just goes, here's all the belts, I'm moving.
I feel like they both make them jump after this fight.
Oh, 100%. I think the
Regardless
winner
of the
does.
outcome.
I think the winner does regardless. I'm not sure about the loser. If
Well,
There
you
you
go.
I feel like if Spence loses, he goes regardless. I feel like if Crawford loses, he might stay just for a little while longer and wait for Spence to make his mark at 154, then go up and try and avenge, which would be stupid.
Yeah.
Hypothetically.
That would be dumb. Like, I feel like if Crawford wins, he makes the jump. Spence will make the jump. Have to fight. I don't know. Spence could probably fight fucking him versus Charlo is hard to make because they like share the same coach and shit. But
Well,
I feel
you were
like it's makeable.
speaking of feuds. Spence was talking a bunch of shit about Tim Tszyu, and Tim Tszyu called him out. He was like, "Fuck, if you want to come up here and get these hands, can't come and get them."
That would be a good fight too because they both just come forward throwing power shots.
Fuck, it'd be
They
a
both
great
love.
fight, man.
They both love working the body. Like, that fight would just be whoever can land the most damage first.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'd be a fun fight.
pretty much. Well, before we
board.
move on, and before we do a a breakdown in a couple of months, obviously, or all this shit happens. Quick predictions. What do you reckon is going to happen?
I'd give it to Bud.
That fight's so hard to pick. I feel like Bud's boxing ability probably gets him the edge for the win. But if Spence can fucking tag him, it could all be over fucking Crawford pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking. I think Spence is good enough to tag him. And it could be night-night. So there you go. 1-1 and fucking 50-50.
And like Spence will keep that pressure all night as well.
Yeah.
Like, he'll keep coming forward. Bud will have to be on his fucking, be on his P's and Q's all fucking night.
Yeah, he really will.
Yeah, be a
but
fun fight.
That's a fight that, that's a fight that we had to wait ages to get. And, well, a fight that we're not getting is Fury versus Usyk. But Belieb has come out and said that Fury's just dragging the sport of boxing down with the shit that he's doing.
Yeah, which
I've
he
seen
is.
this.
100% he is.
Just thought I'd catch your boys' thoughts on it, given it's all still, pretty fresh and relative news.
Oh, he's a straight up fucking gypsy. That's all I got to say about the whole matter.
We spoke about it today, Varumi. There's no way that this guy isn't deep in fucking alcohol and coke binges.
For sure.
I saw a photo the other day of Team Fury deep in training, whatever, and he looks terrible with his shirt off. He's not in fighting shape in any way, shape, or form. Everybody's sort of taking that photo and saying really? It just leads more into the fact every single thing that he does, especially now that he's kind of gone radio silent and hasn't said anything in the last week or so. Everything leads more and more into the fact that he was afraid. He knew he wasn't going to win that fight.
Yeah, no, especially after the offers he made.
Yeah. When somebody
Like-
accepts a 70-30 split,
Yeah, like Usyk was like coming into that fight with more and like bending over backwards to try and make it.
And that fight would have been huge payday. So, like, yeah, taking a 70-30 split of that would have been like, you could just retire after that, regardless of what was happening.
Yeah, like it would have been a massive payday, especially if he like Fury had just been able to be like, yeah, I'll take fucking 75 million, pay me what AJ got. Like instead of going, I want fucking double, and the Saudis just going, nah, fucking paying you 150 million. What? Then we got to pay Usyk fucking 70 million as well, at least. Not worth that.
and like you said earlier, Fumi, apparently there's been talks of Fury's team contacting AJ's team to set up a fight because you see everybody in the media saying like, oh, he needs to fight these people to say that he's the greatest heavyweight of this generation. Which, like, fighting AJ now, yeah, you need to have that fight to say that you've fought everybody, but if you fight AJ and retire, you're not the greatest heavyweight of this generation because that one's got all the belts. And he's waiting.
Yeah, and then if the fight with AJ doesn't get made, it just lets you know that he doesn't want any bar of Usyk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which I feel like is pretty evident.
Both fights are bad for him. If Wilder had any, like, semblance of boxing ability, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Yeah, no, if Wilder was actually able to fight going, backwards and shit and pop a jab out there instead of needing to load on every shot. I doubt
That's
we'd
it,
be having this
legitimately. Like,
conversation.
if Wilder had some form of boxing acumen and could, actually, like, defend himself and work a bit off the back foot, he would have slept Fury in that second fight. Probably. I don't know. Maybe, hypothetically. Who fucking knows? Like you've mentioned a couple of times, like, especially after those Wilder fights, man. Fury's not the same person. It's not the same person that beat Vladimir Klitschko and danced around the ring and held that cunt down and fucking all that fancy footwork that he had before.
He doesn't have them legs anymore.
No, fuck no.
Like, he couldn't dance around AJ like that for 12 rounds without getting tagged.
No.
And I don't think he can really sit on AJ's chest like that without getting tagged.
No, AJ's way quicker on the inside than he is.
Yeah, Fury's just like being good at leaning his weight and shit on people and making them carry it.
That's it.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't even know whether to believe that they've tried to get in contact with AJ's team.
It's all just fucking hearsay at the moment. I don't.
It's like rumors going around, but like after everything he's done lately.
Yeah, he's starting to feel like a whole fucking Spence and Crawford thing to me of like, I don't believe anything he says until he's in the ring and the bell rings.
That's what I was about to say. Anything that like you hear, you just like don't know how to take it. So like,
No, you don't.
And then as Ned, Griff wasn't that into boxing then, but like we seen fucking what it was like with AJ and fucking like Wilder.
Yeah.
Like no one why is he gonna want to make that fight?
Exactly. Like, it's just I don't understand why it's so fucking hard to do in boxing.
Like that fight fucking never got made, and it should have been made fucking years ago.
Should have been made like 3 or 4 times.
But yeah, anyway, before we start getting fucking too sidetracked, I suppose well, speaking of AJ, we'll just fucking jump over to this one. AJ posts a cryptic story saying his next fight is scheduled for December. Like, with who?
Yeah, see, this is weird. Real fucking weird.
maybe it's Fury.
I don't think so.
No, neither.
See, like, I don't know what to fucking make of that. Obviously, it's a bigger thing, right? But who? Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
Exactly. Like, Griff straight away brings up Fury. Could it, like, is Fury going to wait around to December to fight AJ for no fucking reason? Like,
Him and Wilder have been in talks, haven't they?
supposedly, like, about 3 months ago, before AJ was even set up to fight, or I don't know what the fuck's going on here with the sun and shit like that. We're getting some fucking disco camera over here. a couple of months ago, Eddie Hearn went on an interview, or rather, Shirley Finkel, who is Wilder's manager, spoke to somebody and said that the talk that they're having with AJ's team are the best they've had in like 5 years or some shit. So I don't know what to make of. I just don't know what to make of anything. Like like Froomey said, it's fucking cryptic. Why even say that? I mean, yeah, I suppose you say it because people will be like, when are you fighting next? Why aren't you getting straight back on it and shit like that? Who fucking knows? I'm leaning
Even
more
then,
towards
December's
Wilder.
December's a long fucking time.
Yeah. Anything can happen in between that time as well. Like, oh yeah, I've got a fight in December. Oh, that guy like broke his pussy. Now he's out. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, anything can happen within a period of time that fight's going to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and he was saying he wants to fight like 3 times a year. Why the fuck would you fight? What? When did he fight? Like fucking a few weeks back now. Last week, 2 weeks ago, something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago.
Like, why the fuck would you be going like 9 months without getting back in there? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense at all. I don't fucking understand the logic behind it, but it's got to be for a reason. Like, there has to be a bigger fight brewing because you wouldn't. I don't know. If it was a nothing fight, you wouldn't just say that. You'd just shy away from questions kind of thing until it was announced and then worry about the pressure. Whereas if you knew something, it just seems like something big is being set in stone. But I don't know what.
Maybe it's a trilogy against Ruiz.
Maybe they fucking paid Disney enough money to reanimate Muhammad Ali's corpse and fucking AJ's going to fight him.
It's Jake Paul.
Well, Griff.
They got to give
just
Ali
mentioned-
a couple of months to get used to like current lingo so his fucking trash talk is up to scratch.
Well, the old Griff just mentioned Ruiz. Apparently, he's involved in a weird situation with his ex-partner. Did money change him?
100%.
Oh, what's
this
the
is
situation?
this is real strange, man. Like, it's literally like it's a pretty like bad check. Not bad, but just like one of those things that's just hard to read. Like, there's a text exchange between him and his ex-wife. And it's him saying, like, his ex-wife is just saying, like, can you, like, come and get your shit? Like, I really only want to talk to you, like, through our lawyer. And then he's just sending back messages like, no, I'm just going to come and shower and, like, I want to lay on the bed and talk to you. And then, like, fucking sending weird shit, just, like, tell the kids I love them. And, like, fucking, what are you doing? Just, like, being a weird cunt.
I mean, he probably loves his kids. Other than that, though, yeah, that's fucking tough times at the former Ruiz house. I don't know. Hopefully he gets back on track.
Yeah, I don't even know what to make of it, hey, but yeah, apparently his life's falling apart.
I mean, that's what kind of happens when you go from having everything to nothing. Probably go like spiral a bit.
Yeah, you would assume.
I'll fall from grace, eh?
Well,
Yeah, but that's his fault.
rest in peace, Andy Ruiz. I don't know.
His fucking relationship, maybe.
Yeah,
Oh, fucking hell, Griff.
hopefully not.
We'll see how much he really loves her. Anyway, move on.
Whoa.
Connor Ben. Oh, Connor Ben.
He would have been busy this past weekend, though. Fucking Easter, bro.
Right.
Stealing cunt eggs.
Cooking up
Fucking
some omelets.
Smashing eggs. He slapped Gareth Davies' microphone and apparently he's been removed from Ring Magazine rankings. So I'm assuming he smacked that microphone during an interview or something.
These are two separate incidents. He was at the AJ fight last weekend, and Gareth Davies was like there's a camera behind him. You can look it up on YouTube. It's on like the TalkSport page or whatever. Because Gareth Davies tried to rationalize it afterwards, saying, like, I don't think he did that to me. I think he did that because he didn't want to talk to Talksport. It's like, you're a wanker, Gareth. Like, no one wants to talk to you. First of all, your name's Gareth. Second of all, look at your fucking head, cunt. You wear sunglasses inside at night when it's dark. Shut your mouth. Anyway.
Just where Sonny's to bed and shit.
Bro,
Fucking get him, Ned.
he looks like a fucking 70s rock star. It's so like, dude, give it fucking just. Here's your notch. Just take it down. Anyway, he's walking around the ring. There's a camera following him, and he just goes like, "Oh, Conor Ben's over here," and he goes to like tap him on the shoulder or something. Conor Ben just turns around and just slaps the microphone away, and just goes back to his conversation. So obviously,
don't interrupt him.
yeah, he was just obviously he's just sick of getting a microphone stuck in his face at this fucking point in time. I would assume.
It would just
And then-
be like more polite about it. Goes a long way.
Yeah, that's also true. Don't just fucking be like, huh.
Yeah, let him finish his conversation first, maybe.
Yeah, sort
Yeah.
of like stand there and like be like, hey, you want to talk into this?
You know, give him the excuse me, Mr. Ben. You know, there's heaps of shit.
Bro, he
you
didn't
can
even
do,
say
really.
anything. He just stuck the microphone at him. So
Yeah.
yeah, I can actually kind of understand his reaction.
Yeah, probably slap him too.
Yeah. I saw this other story today. Yeah, apparently because of the fact that he's not really cooperating with the whole UCAD OC, whatever the fuck those cunts are called. DJ Netty over here. Apparently, yeah, because he's not cooperating with these negotiations, these fucking investigations that they're doing into this whole shit. Because whoever's cleared him has cleared him, and then whoever hasn't still hasn't. Ring Magazine have said, "Oh well, fuck you, we're taking you out of our rankings."
Fair enough.
I mean, fair enough on their part, I suppose, but just weird. I don't know.
Well,
One of the
Just
things,
weird
like
that
a
it's
lot of
taken so long.
people seem to get like popped for shit. It's just like I don't know. At some point, it's like fucking all right. It's been explained. People have had worse explanations and gotten off for it. Can we just fucking give it a rest at some point?
So like the whole egg thing, that's like legitimate.
Yeah, it's legitimate apparently. Bro, Canelo fucking tainted horse meat. Get fucked. Like, he's still allowed to fight.
I mean,
Everyone still thinks he's the fucking greatest. Like, who cares? Everyone's on shit.
Yeah, he got like a 6-month ban or something, Canelo, which was like convenient because
yeah, just have time off between
It's
the
like-
fight.
yeah, literally, and then like he like literally had a fight scheduled, was training while he was like banned, and then as soon as his ban was over, he was like straight back in the ring. It was crazy.
Yeah,
Everybody should go back and listen to like Chael Sonnen on Flagrant a couple of weeks ago, or just Chael Sonnen interviews in general, because he's pretty fucking like front up about it because he's been caught for it. And he says like everyone's on something. He said people are just better at hiding it. And it's 100% true, man. You can see that. Look at Manny Pacquiao. No one can move like that in their 40s. It doesn't work like that.
no, Ned. He really struggled because he only got to eat 2 dogs a day for the first couple of years he was alive.
Oh my fucking god.
I fucking went there. Fuck that cunt.
Oh
Not
my
Manny.
God.
I love Manny, but fuck that guy that was commenting that shit.
Oh, that was fucking hilarious. No, but you see, like, I don't understand humor in any capacity. And now I'm showing that on the internet with my anger.
Yeah.
Like, you're a fucking idiot, cunt.
Nah, Manny.
Anyway.
Manny would have been proud of that dude for really having his back there in the comments on YouTube on a podcast with like 150 subscribers.
I got your back, Manny.
Yeah, he would have flown to the Philippines that afternoon, bro. Went and found Manny and been like, look. He would have been like, sweet.
Yeah, I don't really care that much.
Yeah.
Why are you showing me this? How did you get in here?
Yeah.
Security, please gun this man down. Anyway, he died doing what he loved. What were we talking about?
Manny, Ben.
Yeah. Anyway, you know, removed from rankings, anger, drug tests. We should all just move on. And speaking of moving on, what else have we got for
Busy weekend delivering eggs.
it? The Easter Bunny.
The Easter buggy, Conor Ben.
A couple of things from the weekend, I believe. We got Mendoza KO's big old fucking Sebastian Fandora in brutal fashion in the 7th.
I call him the bulldozer. Did you guys see this?
Who's Mendoza? What's his first name?
Brian.
Yeah, right.
The least Mexican first name of all time. This is Jorge,
Yeah, he got the short end of the fucking deal, eh?
and this is Brian.
Big knockout though. I didn't see it.
Bro, big knockout only because Fundora's fucking 6'4". Like he knocked down a skyscraper.
Mm.
So you know who Fundora is, that really tall, skinny cunt that fights at middleweight?
Garcia knocked him out.
No,
No,
he hasn't been knocked out before this.
He's fucking huge.
Yeah, really tall, skinny, like looks like there's no way that he should be able to make 154.
Nah, I don't.
We've spoken about him before.
Anyway, he's like 6'3", like 6'3". Like he's literally like the height of a heavyweight, but makes 154 pounds. It's ridiculous. Anyway, he was pretty well had this dude like close to fucking going down, and then he just sort of misstepped. Mendoza fired this fucking hook, cracked his fucking jaw, and then he was just sort of out on his feet, and Mendoza threw another hook from the other side, hit him flush in the face, and his head bounced off the canvas.
Mm.
And Fundora was like sitting up and looking at the ref by like the 6 or 7 count, but I think he knew like, I'm not getting up and taking another one of those. Like, I don't fucking need that.
I mean,
So
yeah,
Mendoza wins in a fucking upset.
Brian gets it done.
Get him, Brian.
Big Brian.
And then what else do we have there for him?
We got Bam Rodriguez racks up another title and a unanimous decision win.
Yeah,
Fuck the multi, but
good on you, Bam. I don't even really blame it on Bam. You know, I blame it on that other fucking guy who was versing. Fucking what? You're fighting for a world title and you're just gonna turn into a fucking track star.
Oh, bro, it was ridiculous, hey?
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know. Bam has ridiculous fucking power for a 112-pound man, but it's just take the fucking knockout, cunt.
Or at least go, try it, earn the belt. Especially like getting into the later rounds and you're like, okay, I'm well behind. I'm just going to go out on my shield here and try to get the knockout. Because he was
You wanna know
landing
what
good
makes it even-
shots.
You want to know what makes it even worse, Griff?
What?
He broke Bam's jaw, and Bam fought most of the fight with a broken jaw and still came forward at the cunt.
Yeah. Yeah, no, mate, still running.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
Pure bitch effort.
Hope he joins Ruiz.
But yeah, it was I don't know, like it was fucking hard watching that fight because it was like the start of the UFC main. Shakur Stevenson was on and that was on at the same time. So I was trying to watch 3 screens.
Yeah, it was. It was difficult.
It was a bit hard to fucking take in. But from what I saw, what's his name? Bam Rodriguez. Yes, he was dominating the fight. And it seems like he's called out Sonny Edwards after this.
It's a fun fight.
Yeah,
Good
that's
fight.
going to be interesting.
Another track star.
Oh,
Sonny
fucking remains.
Sonny would just be on the, on the jab, getting around the ring. It'd be like the exact same fight for Bam.
No, he might take it to him a little bit more, but I don't know. That's only to his detriment anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, Sonny's a good counterpuncher, hey, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know. It's a fun fight if it happens. I'd watch it.
Yeah, 100%. But
And
speaking
that's
of fun fights,
That's it for the Believe It or Not.
speaking of fun fights, UFC 287. What a fucking card.
They did well. They did well.
They really did well, man. A couple of really unexpected fucking wins. Some expected, some expected, but in unexpected ways. Just fucking, we had a retirement. We had fucking, heaps of shit went on. So let's just run through. Hang on. I'm going to run it. Fucking bring up the actual card here. Where are you? Somebody say something.
I know
while I'm
Kevin Holland was on pretty early. I don't know who the first fight was. I think Kevin Holland was like the second on the main.
Oh, was that Who Rosas Jr. or whatever. that
Oh
young kid?
yeah, the lip. Maloney's fucking
He was the-
long lost cousin.
Good cover, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, he was. That was the first fight on the main card.
Alright, yeah. So we had Raul. No, not Paul. Paul Roses. Raul Roses Jr. versus Christian Rodriguez.
I believe Paul got his first loss of his career. That was his first professional loss.
He did. He was kind of being rushed up the ranks
Yeah, well,
because
they had a superstar on their hands. They did it with Sage Northcutt years ago,
yeah,
and yeah, he ended up like getting cut from the UFC.
Yeah, well, he was talking about being the youngest champion in the UFC, so I feel like, he was good for his age, and I suppose like Dana was trying to give him that opportunity. I think now we might see him get slowed down a bit.
Yeah, going like the Sean O'Malley type of route, where like he actually fights smart opponents.
Yeah, like I think he was saying, "Oh, I want to be the youngest champion or whatever in UFC history." Rah rah rah. I
it's
think Dana
better.
was like, "Well, okay, here you go." I'll just
It-
start, not feeding him to the wolves, so to speak, but
Put him on main event, and
yeah, good quick jumps in opposition.
yeah,
It's better that he had this loss now. Because, yeah, you're right. He is good and he does have the potential to be better in the future. Because that's the thing. He's only 18. He's going to get stronger. He's going to get better. Like, his reflexes are going to get better. He's going to come into his man strength and shit like that. So, for him to have this loss now and then move on to that slower track, like you said, of that sort of Sean O'Malley thing of fighting smarter opponents, people that are actually more matched to him kind of thing, building up his confidence, being on that bigger stage, he is going to succeed better in the future.
yeah. I see him
sure.
having a good career for sure. I wonder where they're going to tie the belt, around his waist or around his fucking chin. That thing's fucking monstrous. Um,
Fucking hell, Griff.
but yeah, he did. He got his first loss.
You said it
went
with
to
so
decision,
much
right?
anger.
What do you mean?
I was going to get
Sorry,
drink.
what did you say?
Uh,
Did you say it was decision?
yeah,
It was a decision, yeah. And it was all due to the fact that he just sort of came out guns blazing because he's won his first couple of fights by just blitzing people in the first round and submitting them.
yeah.
But
Which doesn't always work, like especially as you're like going up in competition.
Rodriguez is a little bit older, has obviously had that little bit more amateur experience, has dealt with people like that before, and just, yeah, sort of overpowered him, outsmarted him, and fucking got the job done.
It's a shit night for Paul.
Terrible night for Paul. Anyway, moving on. We had Kevin Holland versus Santiago Ponzinibbio.
Yeah, I get a fucking easier name to say, but Big Mouth, Big Mouth back in the dub.
Did you guys, did you see the first round when, just at the end of the first round, Ponzinibbio had his leg
Yeah,
and Holland was just swinging his arm wildly and Ponzinibbio's just standing there and all of a sudden he just catches him with that backhand.
just gives him a fucking backhand, a fucking pimp slap, whatever you want
I
to
was
call
about
it.
to say, just the roughest pimp slap of all time,
Yeah.
straight on the
He
button.
dropped him from it,
I
eh?
fucking dropped him too.
Oh yeah, fuck, he folded.
That's impressive.
Fucking great. Because like if you look at one of the angles of it, it looked hilarious because you could see that Holland was literally just like winging his arm out there. Like he was trying to hit him, but he wasn't like trying to hit him. He was like, I'm just going to put my arm out here, and if your face connects with my fist, it's going to hurt.
Yeah, he's a long boy as well.
He's really long.
He's a long boy.
And then,
It's the
yeah,
last-
over... Sorry,
It's the
but
last thing you expect, though.
it really is.
Like, he's thrown the punch, it's missed. I don't have to worry about that fist anymore. And then all of a sudden, it just comes back and fucking cleans you up. Like,
Oh, well, that's gone. I'll forget about that. Hang on a minute.
Yeah, like, well, what did he
It's
throw?
over
He
here.
threw like a hook or something, and like, most people throw the hook, it misses, they bring it straight back.
Mm.
Like, not and just fucking
He-
smash him.
He throws it, and then you see his hand goes that way first, then goes back that way across his face, and then Ponzinibbio sort of half leans in, and then he swings it back, and that's what he catches him like with that part of his knuckle, like right on the chin. It was a fucking good shot, but then yeah, gets him out of there in the third. With fucking, can't remember what he caught him with beforehand, but he caught him with that brutal fucking left hook over the top, and Ponzinibbio just face planted the canvas and then tried to protest. No, it was an early stoppage. Motherfucker, you were eating the monster logo.
Having a
Like-
nibble.
Literally headbutt, like his hands were like out beside him and he's like, booze, bounced off the fucking canvas.
Legit. And then you copped another 2 to the side of the jaw. Like, you weren't.
Oh, Holland was only gonna fucking
Yeah.
flatten him right out if he fucking was allowed to keep punching him.
I still think my favorite part of that fight is the fact that Holland gets out of the ring afterwards and speaks to Dana and doesn't really acknowledge the fact that the ex-president is sitting right next to him.
Finger fuck.
He probably doesn't like him.
I know, but it was it was just funny in my opinion. He just gets out and just says something about his hand to Dana and he's like, but it's all good. And he just gets back in the cage. And you see Trump sort of sitting there smiling like, what's happening right now? Why is this black man approaching us, Dana?
Yeah, right. Did he jump the cage to get out there, or did he just walk out the door?
No, he jumped the cage.
Yeah, Trump was probably scared. Not used to
Fighting
seeing.
for his life.
Not used to seeing people jump things.
You're going to have to get used to that, Donnie. Going to be a lot of black people coming at you soon when you don't expect it.
Nah, he'll be right. He'll be right.
Anyway, speaking of things that people didn't expect, Rob Font versus Adrian Yanez.
Fucking, they're going hard out of day.
It was it was a cracker of a fight while it lasted. The whole literally 2 minutes and 3 seconds of it.
Yeah, fucking Rob Font, fucking crisp, eh? Some of the shots that he landed were fucking beautiful.
I heard him say in the press conference they had before the fight that his jab was going to be the difference. They asked him, like, what can you do that's going to be a difference? It's like, if I land my jab and I start landing it, then it'll put this guy out, which it pretty much did. It threw his rhythm off so hard. Fuck, he's got a hard jab, man. And what
They
did he
were both
actually...
tagging each other like with mad shots too?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Yanez caught him good once or twice.
Well, yeah, there was
I
like
thought
a
Giannis
time where
was
you
starting
like,
to get on top for a bit there.
yeah, there's like, you'd start thinking like, oh, fuck, this guy's starting to take over. And then like Font would start taking back over. You're like, oh, like watching a tennis
'cause,
match.
like, what Font left the cage with like a mad mouse under his left eye or his right eye or whatever it was.
Yeah, he was getting marked up before he caught him with that. What did he catch him with? It was like a fucking hook. Yeah.
I can't remember.
He like sort of shifted to the side and fucking just brought his... He sort of like had his arm or hand almost like on the back of Yanez's head and like rammed his fucking... It looked like a street fight punch.
Yeah, it
The
was
way
like
that he did it.
It was like a, I don't know, it was half similar to the shot that Usyk caught Bellew with, like it, where it wasn't exactly a hook, but like it wasn't an uppercut. It was like in that sort of window. I don't know, to be sort of half of either.
Yeah.
It was sort of like a hook and an uppercut. Like, you know, you throw the hook and it lands like to sort of here. You threw it where it come on like the angle and sort of landed just on the point of like the side of the jaw. It was...
I think it's
beautiful shot.
technically referred to as a shovel hook because it's literally like if you look at an uppercut like that and a hook's like that, it comes sort of like that because it starts from low but it goes up and over.
Yeah, it was fucking...
But he did it from a
Great shot.
side angle, so it just caught old mate straight in the fucking face.
fucking great shot.
Yeah, and then lights out.
I feel like that's
Fuck
pretty
yeah.
good for Font. I feel like he's like been around the UFC for a while.
He's
Yeah,
20
yeah.
and 6.
He's been around the UFC for a fair bit, I believe.
Yeah, it might be like,
was-
what weight was that at?
That was a bantamweight.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna
So
say, yeah, 135 because he was number 6.
Yeah.
Font, and the other bloke was ranked 12, I think it was,
ooh, big
going into that fight.
big risk for
Okay.
Font. So Font might not move up much then. He might just stay where he is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
I
much.
think he will because I think he was coming back from like a 12-month or so layoff. I think his missus has had a kid and whatnot, like while he was away,
But you know,
while he was off. So
you know, he wasn't
Yeah, that's
throwing any
right,
cum on her
because-
back. Of course.
Had to get one in. But I remember
Prim
Like,
said come back
I
like
walked-
7 times. I had to get one in. Fine.
I walked away from my phone for like a minute and I came back like after he knocked him out and before the announcement. And I heard John Anik say like fucking Rob Font is 1-0 as a father. I was like, what?
Beautiful stats.
Like-
Fucking by K.O. He's the man.
I was like, did he beat up his kid? What happened?
Yeah, that was his
Like, I don't get that.
It's his son. Fuck it.
He's 1-0 against his kid.
Yeah. His kid's a newborn. It's not too hard on your Rob. Fucking psycho.
Absolutely destroyed him. Anyway, speaking of things being destroyed, Jorge Masvidal retired.
I mean, can we talk about how deadly them flying knees that he were nearly hitting Gilbert Burns were? Just fucking precision. Like every single one of them just really set him up in a good spot to get, punched directly in the face from it. So, why not just go back to it multiple times after that as well and just the same thing?
Dude, that was hilarious. Like, there was so many, like, I don't know. It's just like Masvidal acts enough like a dick that it was funny watching him get beat the fuck out of.
Yeah.
There was a point, like, late in the third where I heard Cormier say, like, oh, Burns really needs to go to the body here. And Burns is just standing there and he just throws this lazy as fuck overhand right and it just catches Masvidal straight in the middle of the face. Just no effort, just Masvidal eats it and he's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
You could tell right then it was just like, oh, okay, this is someone in their prime beating up an old man.
Yeah, Burns is like, in his prime. Yeah, I mean, that fight was pretty much what I expected it to be, except for Gilbert came out and just started throwing bombs in the third. That scared me a little bit. But other than that,
In what way?
because I had him by points.
Ah, okay.
But
Purely for the purposes of the multi.
yeah, I don't give a fuck about George. Couldn't care less about George and the beating he took.
No, I thought you were talking about it in the sense of like, oh, I didn't want Gilbert to go so well and then just get like fucking flash knocked out by Masvidal and then have that cunt go for a title.
No, I didn't think so. I just didn't want I just didn't want the punishment to be over.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I wish that was a 5-rounder. To be honest, it probably would have got stopped at some point.
I reckon it would have got stopped in the fourth. Masvidal was pretty
Yeah.
beat.
Yeah, he was fucked up. Which the whole thing, like just the whole like storyline of this week in his career, it's like the perfect little bow on the conversation that we had the other week of like his career has been so fucking crazy since the Askren thing. Like he said during the week, he's like, oh, if I don't win, I'm probably going to retire. But if I do win, I'm probably going to get a title shot. Like, those are such opposite ends of the spectrum. How crazy is that? It's like, oh, one win defines whether I hang it up forever or whether I get to fight for the title next.
Yeah, I mean, he's been in the UFC for ages, though. He's fucking... And then he done all the bare knuckle and, like, the Kimbo slice, whatever you want to call that shit before then.
Yeah, that's it. So he's taken a lot of punishment in his career.
I reckon he'll go to, like fight Jake Paul or something along them lines. To be
Well, he's got a
completely
boxing
fair.
promotion now. So,
Yeah, him and Jake will go into some type of cahoots, and it'll be like a MVP fucking game bread promotions fucking thing.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Why not?
And Jake and George will fight.
Yeah.
That'll happen. Put it on The Simpsons. Lock it in. But yeah, I mean, great performance by Gilbert. They kept on saying like it was like a closer fight than it was. The first round was close, but Gilbert scored the takedown towards the end. That kind of like gave him that round.
Yeah.
The second round was Gilbert's round, I thought. And then third round, Gilbert nearly put him away. So like he had him fucking wobbled against the fence for a while.
Oh, yeah, those like ones, like legitimately, like if Gilbert turned it on, he could have put him away. But I think there was a part of Gilbert that he was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to put this cunt to sleep. Gilbert's just too nice of a guy
Yeah. Oh, top bloke.
to do that.
Top bloke. But
100%.
also just
And
eat your heart.
On
in
the
there if you
topic
have
of
to.
Gilbert, oh yeah, he will rip your beating heart out of your chest and eat it in front of your children in the cage to win,
No, yeah.
but then apologize profusely afterwards.
Yeah.
But my point is, he come out now and said, like in the post fight, like I like, I'm going to, the next fucking whenever Edwards and Colby fight, I'm weighing in as the backup and I get the next title shot. Which is completely fair, man. He deserves it.
He deserves it for sure. El Dorino.
Yeah, 100%.
Into the main. Izzy versus Alex.
Oh,
Holy
what a fight.
shit.
Alex was beating them front legs up,
Bro,
beating them up.
Oh,
so
fuck
hard.
Yeah. Mashing that front leg.
Yeah.
Those kicks come out of nowhere.
Yeah, he doesn't like put heaps into them, but they're so powerful. Like, he kind of just places it there and it's like, oh my God, that sounded fucking rough.
The other crazy thing is watching Israel kick like the top of his thighs and literally just, there's no reaction, no twitch in Pereira's leg. Nothing like that. He's just staring at him, just like, Like he just kicked a brick wall.
Yeah, he came from fucking years of kickboxing. He ain't feeling that shit.
Yeah, he's way used to it.
Izzy was throwing good low kicks as well, though, and I'd definitely say way faster hands. So he was kind of like landing like that 1-2 occasionally. Well, sometimes he'd use the one more just to pull like Alex's glove down a bit. And then,
Yeah, he was using his lead hand a lot.
yeah. But,
And the point you made of him being fast was interesting because I thought he looked a lot bigger.
Izzy?
Yeah.
No, I feel like he looked his usual size, but he was like, I meant like he looked a lot faster than Alex.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Not within himself. But
Alex never really looks fast.
nah, he's got like robotic movement, like
Yes.
plots forward.
But you're right. Those leg kicks were going to be, like, they were going to be a big fucking difference.
I think they were starting to become an issue. That's why Izzy did what he did. Because like alright, so yeah, first round, pretty close round, I thought. It could go either way. They both like landed and lots of leg kicks.
I probably would have gave it to Pereira just on the back of the leg kicks and like the damage he like was doing with them.
Yeah.
You could tell like there was a couple of times even in that first round where he tagged Izzy with that fucking calf kick and like Izzy's stance like immediately switched.
Then he started
Like,
just
didn't
chewing up
even-
the other leg as well, though. Like he was just like,
Yeah, whatever leg was the lead leg, he just started chewing it hard.
yeah. Yeah, I'd probably give it to Alex as well. Goes into the second round.
Just because of that.
Yeah. I mean, he landed a couple of pretty heavy body kicks,
Yeah.
which like, yeah, play into like favor of like, the however long the fight goes.
It was doing well.
Go into the second round. I thought Izzy like kind of limped a little bit to his corner, and I was like, oh fuck, like his movement's gonna be fucking compromised. It's gonna be a bit dicey from here on out. It wasn't fucking, yeah, still pretty much like Pereira's fight for like the first bit of the round there, and then I don't know, it just happened so quick. Like it looked like Pereira had him a little bit raw. And then
He landed that calf kick, and Izzy, like he said after the fight, it was starting to fucking hurt.
oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Like it was starting to hurt to like put pressure on him. When he got like kicked in the leg, he like put his foot down and like half played possum with it at the same time. Like as soon as he trod and he like felt like the sort of, I don't know, pain or whatever, I guess. He just like lifted it up and like backed up, sort of like looking all fucking like his leg wasn't right at all.
Yeah.
And it just sucked Pereira into trying to fucking finish him on the road, like on the fucking cage.
Yeah, because it's the exact same thing that happened in the first fight.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think Pereira tagged him, might have been with like a jab or a check right hook or something like that, and like landed the kick. And then when Izzy went to like stand back after being calf kicked, he just like, I don't know, played major possum with fucking Pereira, and Pereira took the fucking bait.
Yeah, Pereira was landing some good shots in that like exchange though. He landed like a right hand to the body that fuck would have sucked. And then
Yeah, fucking oath.
even the knee to the head kind of like went past the guard and hit like the corner of like Izzy's head. But then-
Yeah, so all of that stuff was dangerous.
Oh yeah, it was not a good spot to be in, but Izzy, yeah, played it to perfection, and then he knew that
He
the
just
left hand
shelled
was
up
coming.
perfectly.
Yeah, fuck yeah, he did everything he could have so fucking well.
Well, I think you just mentioned for him that it was like the 5th round of the first fight. It seemed to me more like the first round of the first fight, like where he pushed him right up against the fence and Izzy sort of noticed, oh, he's got his hands down because he's swinging, and he come over the top, caught him, but he just didn't have enough time to get it finished. And this time he fucking did.
Yeah, it was like the exact same punch that he threw.
Yeah, because he snuck like a little jab in there.
There
Izzy,
was.
like on yesterday, like when he was up against the cage. I think Pereira's hit him with that fucking body shot, jumped him through the knee, and like come back down. And as he come back down, he started to load on that hook, and Izzy like hit him with the jab, which I suppose was like just enough to put Pereira off. You know, like he's taken that little, and had to sort of half reset his arm, and like it was the speed of, you know, Pereira's left hook versus the speed of Izzy's right, and Izzy got there first.
Fuck yeah, he did.
Dude, those 2 shots, the 3 shots were so brutal. Just like the first one on the jaw, and then watching Pereira just like sort of stumble back that little bit, like fuck. And then that second one just catches him straight on the temple and folds him like a fucking house of cards.
Yeah, that second shot was like perfect. He hit Pereira or whatever, and he like sort of stumbled away, like, and as he's like come back up, you know, looking at Izzy's like met him halfway with that fucking shot, and he's a dude, like
Dude.
straight back down.
And like I said to you this morning, for him, he comes down with the hammer fist. He goes to come straight down, and then you see him sort of half stop himself and readjust because he wants to hit this cunt in the face so hard.
Yeah, that
And
was
I don't know
crazy.
if like, I don't know if you boys noticed either, but like he fucking like, respect to Izzy, he stopped himself from nailing him with a second shot.
Yeah, he
like
pulled
with the
back on
second
it for
hammer
sure.
fist.
Yeah.
He fucking whacked him and then like went like that, and then oh no, fucking just like got up and just left him. Like, yeah, that cunt's done. But like that hammer fist had 7 years of fucking hatred behind it, man.
100%. Yeah, he was.
Oh, there was
like everything that he's been through with Pereira that had everything in it.
there was venom behind everything that he did, and there was meaning behind everything he did too, which was crazy. Like he does that, then gets up and shoots the 3 arrows at him and breaks the bow symbolically over his knee, which is like, you know, that's Alex's whole fucking thing. So it sort of symbolizes like the 3 fights don't matter. I just fucking flatlined you, cunt.
Yeah.
And then goes and points at Alex's children and fucking feigns like he's fallen asleep because one of Alex's kids did that to him when he got knocked out in his kickboxing fight. So fair game.
I mean,
Yeah, like
super petty, but
they asked Izzy what that was about, and Izzy goes, "Man, I'm petty as fuck. You all know that." Like, so as soon as Pereira was knocked out, he like went over and done that. But then he said like he's seen Pereira and his son that backstage, and you know they're all good. Like, bit of fucking, I suppose, fun between them. Now that the rivalry's all done.
bit of banter.
Like if I was Izzy and like I got flattened the fuck out of in Brazil, like Pereira's home fucking country, and then his son come in and laid next to me pretending to be dead, I'd want to go do the same thing. Be like, cunt, I just done that to your dad, but worse than what he done to me.
On a
'Cause
big
I was allowed,
stage.
yeah, because I was allowed to fucking flatline him while he was laying down. Like, and I suppose you wouldn't forget, like when Pereira knocked him out too in like kickboxing, he sort of like ran over the top of him, like looking down, like what can't, like
Yeah, he did too.
So there's so much behind that knockout.
100%.
So good.
Yeah, like you said, years of aggression, years of build up behind it. And it's just it's a perfect way to put a bow on that fucking story. And then just the sort of, I don't know, like, he seems like a bit of an egotistical guy sometimes and a little bit up himself and about himself kind of thing. But to take the mic in that moment after like beating who is pretty much like your mortal enemy in your head and like slaying the fucking dragon of your lifetime and saying, like, giving a message of hope to other people is just kind of a cool thing. Because, that could have gone in reverse. He could have jumped on the mic and been like, I'm the fucking greatest. I did this. I did that kind of shit. But he sort of took that moment and had that, like, whether it was pre-planned or not, I don't know. It was just kind of nice to see that there was, like, that little bit of you guys can do this too. You just have to do it.
Yeah.
Did he steal a line from Goggins in there? I feel like he did.
I didn't listen to it.
You didn't?
I didn't watch the post-fight interview yet. I usually just watch them on YouTube, like, afterwards.
True.
Yeah. It's good, though, that he spread some positivity.
Yeah, it was good to see. And then he just had bars, man. Like I said, I don't know whether he plans them or whether he comes up with them on the spot, but fucking, he just had bars. Well, I can't remember. Hang on. Rogan asked him if, like, revenge was sweet, and he just said some. No, he asked, like, how did revenge feel? And he's like, revenge is sweet. And he's like, and I've got a sweet tooth. He's just like, what the fuck? Who are you? But yeah, there's a fucking
Cricket's
big
A for him.
Oh, that was the other thing that I wanted to mention, and I wish that there was footage of when he was walking out of the arena. You could, like, audibly hear Rogan crying while he was talking.
Yeah, I thought he was, like, crying during the interview. That's weird. But,
I think he was a little bit.
they're homies, so makes sense. Rogan's, like, all about the homies.
Yeah, it's 100%. Like, that's fair enough, but it was just funny to me. Of like,
Speaking of Rogan, did you see after one of the fights, I can't remember whose fight it was, but he, like, interviewed somebody. And then, like, the whole team, like, gathered around and they're like, oh, yeah, like, let's get a photo, like, with Joe. And, like, whoever was, like, normally the bloke who's, like, had the fight and won will, like, stand in the middle of the picture. They all huddled around Joe. Like, Rogan was, like, standing in the middle of the picture and everyone's standing around him.
He's so awkward, hey? I think
Like, the cunt who had the fight and won was, like, standing on, like, the far left of the photo and, like, Rogan's in the center of it. It was just, it was fucking weird.
you're in the way of Mr. Yo.
Yeah, get the fuck out the way. I don't know what fight that was after, but it made me laugh while I was watching it.
I did
fuck,
see that
that's
as well. It was good. It was a good one.
That's so good. He's more famous than you.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
That was it for
what a card it was.
that was a good card. That was a good card. We had some other boxing. Shakur Stevenson versus fucking Tajiri.
Yoshino.
Yoshino Tajiri.
I don't know. I want to touch on two fights from the undercard. Well, probably the only two fights that were on the undercard. I'm sure there were some other ones, but these were the only two that were televised on Fox Sports. Keyshawn Davis versus someone. I don't know. I don't know the names of their opponents. I don't really give a fuck. So it don't matter at this point in time. Another decent enough showing. This kid's got some really good body work. And for 2 seconds, I actually need to try and figure out what weight he fights at. I know, I was pretty sure it's lightweight. Anyway.
Yeah, 135.
Yeah. So, not sure exactly who he was fighting against, but fucking, like I said, really good, like, investing in body work a lot throughout his fights, which always seems to get him the stoppage win late. It's a hard style to fight against, man. Like, he's, like, good on the inside. He's got crisp movement, but he doesn't move. Like, he fights a little bit like Shakur in that sense. Like, he doesn't ever move too far away from his opposition. He's never running. He'll just sort of sit in the pocket and move just as far away as he needs to land his shots. Constantly be in your face, constantly pressuring. But yeah, he fucking... Dude, the shot that he caught this cunt with was just, like, right in the sternum. Just folded him. That was in the 9th, and that was it. Next, we had Jared Anderson, who... I believe has moved into number 14 at like the WBO rankings kind of thing. So he's starting to creep his way up there.
Sneaking over.
There's a couple of fucking scary heavyweights that are kicking around Top Rank at the moment. There's another one that I need to get the name of, and I'm pretty sure he's fighting in a couple of weeks. But yeah, this Anderson kid's fucking, like, once again, he's a pressure fighter for a heavyweight, which is a little bit weird. He's got a stiff jab, very, like, light on his feet for somebody that's that big. He came in around the same weight as AJ did the other week, but I think he's maybe like a tiny bit shorter. But
Yeah, he's about
literally,
6'4", I think.
yeah, but every punch that this kid throws has fucking just dynamite behind it.
What's his nickname?
Big baby.
Yeah.
One of Griff's all-time favorites.
His nickname's the real Big Baby.
Yeah, right. So he's like the actual one. That other guy's an imposter.
He started coming up while Jarrell Miller was banned. And then Miller came back while he had the nickname. Then they had a bit of a feud about it. So that's why he calls himself the real Big Baby. So that'd be good to see them fight, actually.
Big Baby versus Big Baby.
The real Big Baby versus the imposter.
Yeah.
Yeah, winner gets to keep the name. There's some WWE stipulations. Alrighty. But moving on to the main fight, which I know you guys watched as well. Oh, did you watch it for me?
No, they took too long.
Alright. Anyway. Well,
Many
it
national
was...
anthems, though.
Man, there was more time.
Bro, it was like an hour between that fucking Jared Anderson fight and like Shakur fight, and I was like, no, I'm not fucking dealing with this shit.
There was legitimately 2 UFC fights in between Jared Anderson finishing and Shakur Stevensson starting. I was like, cool, this is going to be over soon. And then it just wasn't. And I was like, why isn't this over?
Yeah, that was what I thought too. I was like, oh, fuck yeah, this will be done before the main of the UFC. Turned out they both ended up getting fought at like roughly the same time.
Yeah.
I turned it on right when they were like already both in the ring, and it still felt like I was sitting there for about half an hour.
The anthems, Griff, the anthems.
The anthems, you gotta have them anthems. I the whole time, all of them. Don't even know what countries were playing. I couldn't understand. I was into it though.
Loved it.
I loved every second of it.
Anthems are the best.
No, yeah, fuck. Not even a massive fucking waste of time.
They were in America this week, but I'm sure that they played the fucking anthem twice. No, we'll just run it over again. Why not?
Just
in
loop
case
it.
I didn't hear it the first time.
Just like match it together so it's just looped 3 times.
Yeah.
Hour and a half.
It's like they sing it like row, row, row your boat, and they all like get sections of the crowd singing in a round.
Yeah.
Constantly just this fucking barrage of USA coming at you. Anyway.
Land of the free.
Pretty
Baby.
free Trump 2024. It was a pretty fucking lackluster fight, man. It's hard to say that it was a weird stoppage too. Got stopped in the 6th round, I believe it was. If you look at the percentages or like the punch stats or whatever it was, old mate threw 2 jabs in 6 rounds. So you can kind of understand what the ref was saying. Because the ref was like furious at him when he went over to his corner. Because one of his cornermen was like speaking up, being like, what are you over here for? Like, what are you doing? And fucking every time he spoke, the ref would be like, I'm not talking to you. Just like, okay.
The ref went over to his corner like 3 rounds in a row. So he obviously gave him like fair warning to be like, look, this isn't looking good. I'm going to stop it.
Well, he got dropped in the 2nd.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he ate some big shots after as well.
This is what I was debating with you this morning for him, whether that, like, I don't know how much, like, credence to put on that shot, because it was a really short, like, left hand, and it wasn't really, like, he didn't throw his body behind it or anything. So, does Shakur just have really good power at lightweight, or does that kind of just have a chin made out of paper?
Like, does he have a chin made out of paper, or was he just looking for a way to get out of there?
No, because that's the thing. Like, he got dropped in the 2nd, and then he tried to keep fighting for the next 4 rounds. And, like,
yeah, but what
wasn't...
did he throw for the next 4 rounds?
2 jabs.
Fuck all, yeah.
Like, and then, like, did he get to a point where it was just like, well, I'm not throwing, I'm not landing.
Well, it's not to say that he wasn't throwing. He was trying to.
Like, next time he tags me with a shot, I'm just going to fucking get the fuck out of here, get me paycheck and go home.
He was trying to throw shots, but Shakur's just too good. He would just lean slightly out of the way and just come back with 2 more. Like,
his distance management's, incredible.
It is. It's fucking crazy. Like that's why him and Loma is a way more interesting fight than Loma and Haney.
What about him and Haney?
I don't know. He's calling for it, and like I spoke about with you this morning. Apparently, I'm not sure who he's spoken to, but Bill Haney said to somebody, and it's been quoted online as a reputable source, that even after the Loma fight, they're not moving up, which I think is a disputed fact because if Loma beats him, they move up and they make like, oh, he can't make the weight anymore, any of these issues. But if he beats Loma, he stays around.
If you can keep making the weight, it looks like a struggle.
Oh yeah, it definitely looks like a struggle.
Yeah.
Lip reduction surgery.
Which is weird because Stevenson's like a tiny bit bigger than him, but seems to make the weight quite easily. He weighed in at like 134.4.
Smaller lips.
Not really.
But I feel like Devin would fill out if he moved up in weight.
I beg to differ. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Like he would fill out like Shakur. Like he looked good at 135. Like on the scales and shit. Like he looks fit. He doesn't look drained at all.
Yeah.
Like whereas Devin does. If he moved up to like 147, he would look so much healthier. But the boys are just bigger there.
Yeah, that's
Like
it.
they're like the biggest of the little men. Whereas like after that, I think like glove size might change. After 147.
Yeah, that is true. I'm pretty sure it goes up. That's why I'm excited to see like Taylor and T.O. face off because like the size difference is going to be interesting. Taylor is deceptively big for a welterweight, a 140, a 140 pounder. Because like, he realistically should be a welterweight.
It'd be interesting to see him like side by side.
Mm.
Face to
But
face.
before we get too far away from the point, yeah,
Mouth
another
to
good,
mouth.
a good showing by wanting.
Moist. Waiting. Wanting.
We need to get you signed up for a fucking like. You sound like a 90s sex line operator.
Yeah, I'll fucking do it.
Anyway, yeah, before we get too far away from the point, like another good showing, or not another, it was his first showing at lightweight, but good to see that he's fucking carrying his skill, his speed, his power. It's only 5 pounds, but yeah, it's just good to see. And then hopefully we get him against some better opposition.
Yeah, that'd be good. I think he looked good. He looked
Speaking of better opposition,
he looked great.
something that we did forget to bring up earlier on. Your boy's back. Fucking, I believe it's May 30th?
Gabe Rosado.
Nah, he's on the undercard.
Doesn't
He's
matter then.
a week early. No, he's in April. William Zepeda.
Oh, stop it. I just,
Your tune changed quick.
I got a semi. Who's he fighting? Does it matter?
I'm not exactly sure. I just looked at it before on DAZN.
You can imagine.
Yeah, somebody.
Yes.
Somebody.
Literally just a body.
Some guy.
A body they're gonna
I hope
fucking have in there. He's just gonna punch fucking into oblivion. Good luck to him. I mean, the boxing robot 2.0.
Fucking. Hey, the Mexican boxing
A
robot.
mini bivel.
Second-hand version.
Fucking the Wish version, but like a heaps good Wish version. Like you've just fucking scored a bargain for once. The one and only time.
Things lasted me ages.
Fucking good quality.
Fucking speaking of things lasting ages, we got Holloway versus Allen in a fight night next weekend, boys.
It's a fun fight, man. Arnold's big. That way. Like he made Dan
Big
Hooker look
Arnie.
small. And Dan Hooker's not like a small dude. Not small, but like, I don't know. I don't
As soon as you said Arnold, I'm like,
Done. Yeah, no, same. It's a fun fight. I feel like there's another decent fight on that card. I can't remember who.
Let's go through it quickly. We got Clay Guida versus Rafa Garcia, Pedro Munoz versus Chris Gutierrez.
Oh, that one. I feel like
Yeah,
that's
that's going to be a
decent
good fight. Gutierrez is the guy that
Some call it the taint, but
who did Gutierrez fight last? I believe it was Frankie Edgar.
oh, it's he did that.
Fucking
Killed Frankie
flatline
Edgar.
Frankie.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, he's the guy that killed Frankie and then got upset about it.
Yeah.
Fucking killed Frankie, man.
So what he's
Well, you didn't have to do that.
who's he versus?
Pedro Munoz.
Yeah, well, he's another old dude, so he's probably just going to come retire him as well. It's going on like
So here's the thing. Gutierrez's record is 19-3-2. So he's been around for a little bit as well. He's not like brand new, but
I feel like he's pretty new to the UFC though.
true.
They might just be giving him a few vets to, prove himself.
Fuck is Clay Guida still fighting?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, fuck, I hope he's not fighting Clay Guida. He's going to definitely retire him.
Dude, 38-19.
Yeah, he's been
Please,
for a long ass
please
time.
stop, Clay. It's enough.
Yeah, you're done,
No
bro. Give it
more.
up.
Fucking hell.
Done.
Anyway, the co-main is Edson Barboza versus Billy Quarantillo.
Yeah,
Probably-
that's a fun fight.
Probably
Would be a good fight.
Quarantillo.
I don't know who that other guy is,
Theo.
but like I feel like they're sleeping on Barbosa a little
Barboza?
bit. Yeah, he's deadly, man.
I've heard his name a million times and never watched him fight.
You would have seen like one of the highlight reels. It's like a spinning heel kick, and the guy like goes stiff that he kicks.
Oh, yeah.
That's him, young him.
Okay. Interesting. He's lost half as many fights as he's won, so
Yeah, he's been around for a long ass time. He's fought like
True.
Gaethje, and he's fought a lot of people.
okay, true.
He's dangerous though, but I reckon he's probably on his way out. So yeah, it's probably another case of like a young fella getting his chance to shine.
Fuck, man. It seems like there's a lot of people on the way out on this card. Yeah, we got fucking main event Holloway versus Allen.
I feel like
Holloway's lost 7 fights?
yeah, well, fucking 3 to Volk,
Yeah. True. Don't even think about that. Poirier.
2 to Poirier,
He's lost to McGregor.
McGregor.
Yep.
So that's 6.
Mm-hmm. Somebody else as well.
Yeah, there's some other human that he probably lost.
But do we see another retirement if he loses this weekend? Do you reckon?
I reckon you probably see him move up
No.
first.
Move up?
Yeah. It's like, what's he got to do at that weight? Go lose to Volk again? Like, it doesn't look real great for his career. But like it,
Whereas,
I don't know.
there you go.
Even if he wins that fight, like where does he go? Like, it just puts him in a position to either be like the gatekeeper or a 4th fight against Volk, which I don't think the UFC is going to make after Volk's last performance.
Fuck no, man.
So like, I don't know. I feel like he's just at a stalemate. So it might be a good idea just to, get this fight in and go up and, I don't know, hang with the big boys. Because
Well, fuck it.
he looks
He
good at
just
that weight.
fucking, he just fucking cuts off like all the toes on his right foot and cuts the fucking 135.
Gets,
O'Malley versus fucking Holloway.
gets the Flocko effect. You know what that is for him? You know,
Just the way his face went.
Dad, start the mower.
I
don't know. I don't know how to word this without.
Let's not then.
No.
No, I gotta say,
We gotta go there. Do
Nah.
you reckon he lost a chromosome like with the foot?
over in his toes.
Yeah, like his chromosome fell out after his foot fucking got cut off. Ned, come on, man. What? It's the nicest way I could have put it. Hands down. I
The
couldn't.
only way to put it.
Yeah. But like,
Probably the scientific way to put it.
do you reckon he was like all there beforehand?
I don't know. Probably not. Oh, fuck. Anyway.
I think it turned him gay as well.
Jesus. Okay, I gotta cut that out. Let's move on.
Okay,
Is Alan- I'm thinking of 2 different people. I always get Alan and Bo Nickel mixed up. Alan's a striker, right?
Yeah. He's
Who did he lose to?
I don't know.
Someone?
I can't remember him losing in the.
It says that
UFC.
he's lost a fight.
Might be before UFC, maybe. I don't know.
No, because that wouldn't count, would it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
does it?
Yeah,
That's
it's just,
MMA.
yeah, it's just
I
pro record.
Okay.
I can't remember him losing in the UFC. I know he fought
He.
Booker. I'm trying to think who he fought before that.
Yeah, I'm trying to look. It doesn't look like he's lost in the UFC. 2016, 2015. Nope. He's been there for a while too. He's been in the UFC since 2015.
That doesn't seem right.
Huh?
That doesn't seem right.
Anyway, it like it's really kind of make or break fight, and then it's like you said, it's a make or break fight for him really, because if he loses against somebody like Allen, then it's like, do you really want to keep going? But if he wins, yeah, you're right. Where the fuck does he go? Does he sit there and wait around for another Volk fight that he's probably just going to get pieced up in,
Yeah.
or
and then-
does he go to lightweight and try again?
Yeah. Well, I feel like it's a better position to go to lightweight at, like, off a win, get a win, then
Yeah,
move
that's
up,
true.
and you might already be like top 5 because you've like kind of earned that spot. Because if he went up and just fought for an interim belt a while back against Poirier, but Poirier's just like, you know, a good sized lightweight, like could nearly go up to welterweight and get away with it.
The top 5 of that lightweight division are murderers.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
Yeah, it's a good, probably like the most like competitive weight class in the UFC, I'd say.
Yeah, you would say.
Like any fight that ever gets made at that division, you're always like, fuck, it's going to be crazy.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that and probably like the top 5 at bantamweight. They're all pretty fucking.
Yeah.
Well, that division's pretty fucking stacked too.
Yeah. I see Arnold being like a little bit bigger than Holloway.
Yeah, he is quite big for a featherweight, hey.
Yeah. Yeah, I see him being like the bigger man. I don't know. It's hard to like judge Holloway by like the last Volk fight though, because Volk's like went in and looked that good against Islam. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with Holloway always, I reckon.
Yeah, it's really like, yeah, you can't say that the performance that Volk put on was because Holloway's fading or Holloway had a bad night or fucking this and that. It's just because Volk is just like on another fucking planet when it comes to everyone else,
Yeah, just
even Islam.
think how fucking strong that dude is to be like able to like, you know, wrestle with Islam. He must be so fucking strong.
Dude, to be able to wrestle with Islam, hold his arms off, punch him backwards over your shoulder while like screaming obscenities at him in a language and an accent that he barely understands. That was the most terrifying night of Islam Makhachev's life.
Yeah, there is like a still and he looks pretty scared.
100%, bro. When somebody, like, can you imagine that? Thinking for 3 months, I'm going to dominate this little man, and then this little man just comes in and you're like, why can't I put him on the ground? Oh, okay, I'll take his back. Oh, now he's punching me in the face and screaming cunt at me and telling me to try harder. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, it'd be a strange night in the office.
Bro, can you imagine wrestling bears as a child and being like, yeah, I can overpower this. I'm fucking great. And having some tiny little white man just be like, come on, cunt. Fucking. He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Australians, man.
Different breed.
He's been fucking carrying ruse on his back since he was a kid.
Carrying what?
Ruse?
Roofs. He said roofs.
Ruse? Yeah, he might have carried a couple. I don't know. He's a solid little man. How do you see the fight going, lads? I see Holloway taking it just by a pure volume.
Yeah, Holloway can get it done if he's on. He's
Holloway's
too
got a good chin
technically
too.
sound.
Like,
Yeah, his work rate's too much for anyone at that weight class but Volk.
yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
And Volk just out Volks him.
I think that's the only like chance that Allen has if he clips him, and if Holloway's taken enough damage at this point in his career for that to finally be the crack in his armor.
Yeah. I mean, he took a lot of damage in that last fight. Again,
Yeah, he did too.
it's fucking Volk. Has he fought since then? I can't remember.
Who, Holloway?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Well, like,
How old
Because I think
Holloway
this.
it'd be like 30 something, early 30s.
Yeah, he wouldn't be too old, but he's got a decent like record on him. 23-7. He's had 30 MMA fights. And like you said, like those Volkanovski fights were wars. Poirier fights, wars.
Yeah. Yeah, he hasn't had like, fights that like haven't been like scrappy fights. We'll have to.
No, even like the Qatar fight where he beat the shit out of Qatar. Like,
Yeah, just fucking. I think that was like. Yeah. Just fucking started smashing it on the stage. Everyone's like.
even that fight, like, yeah, it didn't look like he was getting hit that much because old mate's face was just a fucking different shade of crimson every round, but he was still getting tagged in that.
Yeah, he was still marked up at the end of it.
He's one of the, like you said, he's got a good chin, and he's one of those guys that will just like slug with you, even though he has the technical skill to get out of the way.
Yeah, he just loves a good fucking.
He's like the triple
Scrap.
G of MMA. Like he'll just eat a shot.
Eat a shot to
Pick
land
him
like
one.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fun fight. Yeah, it's just interesting, like what happens for Holloway after the fight. Like, win or lose, I don't feel like it puts him in a good position.
No, it really doesn't. You're right there.
Yeah, I reckon get the win, move up. Just,
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
yeah.
Alrighty. Our last order of business before our last order of business. Quickly preview. Joyce versus Zhang.
I mean, we know Zhang's got a dick made out of fucking iron. So, was he the headbutter?
This is the headbutter.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Joyce has just got to.
Iron Dick fought yesterday.
Ah, okay. I mean, Joyce has probably just got to work the body more. We've seen Zhang take headbutts and they didn't affect him.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see Joyce fight somebody like that.
Well, I don't.
It'll be like,
Sorry.
no, you go.
I don't feel like that Zhang dude's like really up skill wise near Joyce. Like, I feel like it's going to be a bit of a murder.
Oh, but it'll
Bad
just be
knowledge.
interesting to see what time he puts him to sleep, really. Yeah, I'm 100% that Joyce is going to get it done.
Yeah.
I just want to know when, because it's really going to
Early.
be an indicator of Joyce's power.
Yeah, I reckon
It'll be early.
I reckon like
You reckon?
third,
It'll be early.
fifth round for him.
Like- Probably 4th or 5th. I just don't like. Like Zhang's like he's a big man, but I don't see him being able to like affect Joyce. Like
No, not
yeah,
in any way.
yeah, he will land shots. Everyone can land shots on Joyce. He's not the quickest or fucking most technical heavyweight in the fucking world. Like he's there to be hit, but he can take a shot. And if Zhang gets comfortable in coming forward, thinking he can land on Joyce whenever he wants, Joyce is gonna fucking tag him. And when Joyce does tag him with one of them fucking, even just one of them slow thudding jabs that he's fucking got, like you don't want to be on the other end of that thing. It's like being hit with a fucking hydraulic ram.
Yeah, his arms are fucking huge.
Yeah, like you don't want to be on the other end of any of Joyce's shots. And like not only that, he can fucking take a shot.
He's
Like he can take, he's gonna be able to eat your best before you can fucking eat his best.
Yeah, 100%.
I just don't see
Like-
Zhang being like anywhere near like Joyce's skill level.
He's not technical enough.
Nah, I feel like
Like
it's going to be
he's-
super apparent.
Yeah, he's too big. Like if you're gonna beat Joyce, you need to be able to like, you don't need to have good footwork, but you need footwork. You need to be able to move around the ring. You need to be like Usyk, pretty much. You need to be able to move, but you need to be able to sit down on your shots and pick your times when you can sit down on your shots.
Yeah.
You can't go in that ring with Joyce and be like capable of getting tired. Like if you like Joyce, I suppose the heavyweight version of Canelo. After 6 and 7, he's coming on.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's just got this unending fucking, like, he fights the same way he does in the first round as he does in the 12th round. And if
Yeah,
you're
he
not
just keeps
capable
coming.
of that, it's a matter of time before he just catches you and mows you down.
Yeah, like at some point something's gonna give, and with Zhang, he's got that much fucking surface area to hit.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Got a big old head,
Something,
big old long body.
yes, something's gonna fucking give early. I feel.
I'll give him 6 because I think he's got a hard enough head. But after that, it's fucking game over.
I give him early. 3. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Fuck him. I reckon it's good for Joyce to also come in and make like a statement
Yeah, you're right.
with like the heavyweight division the way it is at the moment.
Because he's talked about, but he's not talked about.
Yeah, like I know
Like
I know a bit about him, but not a great deal.
It's like, yeah, you knocked out Joseph Parker, but it's like, who's Joseph Parker anymore, really? Like,
Joyce is the man you don't know of because no one's calling to fight him.
exactly.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen no one calling his name. That's for damn sure. Was he an
The
Olympic
only
boxer?
I'm not
yes,
sure.
he was.
I
yeah.
feel like
He's a
was
silver
because
medalist.
He like he's like 35 or 36 now. Like he's only like 13 or 14 fights or some shit into his pro career.
Yeah, that's the
Like
thing I
he-
always forget too. He's older than the rest of them.
Yeah, he doesn't have much time left at that, like at the top. So he's got to fight these blokes now.
Yeah. Time to go out and
Like,
make
he
a
doesn't
statement
have-
against Zhang and then call for like a bigger name, eh?
Yeah, but that's the thing. If he goes out and makes the statement against Zhang, the bigger names aren't going to want to fight him
Mhm.
because they don't like they're not obliged to.
Yeah.
Like Zhang is because he's been, I don't know, backed into a corner for like titles, like a title situation. If you're not serious about taking a title and Joyce is in front of you, you're not going to take the shot.
100%. You could just chuck a Usyk.
Usyk will fight him.
No, but in the sense of like he fucking. There's no way he turned it on in that Chisora fight.
Oh no, he played fucking possum.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
He
It was
done what he needed to
Chisora
do
nearly
to-
got him. He could have had him out of there in 5 rounds, 4 rounds if he wanted to.
Yeah.
He just didn't put his foot on the pressure at any point in time because he's like, as soon as I finish this fight, I'm going to get millions of dollars to beat the fuck out of somebody else.
Yeah, people are gonna want to fight me if I don't look great.
Mm-hmm. Well, he was sitting ringside watching the fight
Yeah, exactly.
with all of his shiny, shiny gold that's now in the Ukraine. Oh,
yeah, I
fucking
feel like-
hell.
Joyce will get it done early.
Yeah, I reckon
Eddie
early.
thinks he's the smartest man in boxing and got outsmarted by some random Ukrainian dude.
Eddie.
Oh, not really. I were backed into a corner there to fight Usyk as well.
Yeah, that's also kind of true.
He's your mandatory fight him or vacate, and everyone's going to say you're fucking scared of him if you vacate. So you've got to take the fight.
But at least they did it.
Exactly.
Yeah, we got kind of far away from the point there, but we're moving to our last topic here. Bit of that sounds my Bernie, but do we have anything? Anybody got anything that particularly annoyed them this week?
I was gonna say after the weekend of fight that we were given, it's kind of hard to find something that sends me Bernie this week.
Having main events at the exact same time. 3 main events at 2 o'clock is ridiculous. Spread them out. Be smarter. Be like, okay, that card's on. I'll just put mine an hour later.
Yeah, that was fucking stupid, wasn't it?
But it was the co-main and the 2 mains of the boxing at the same time. It's like,
Yeah, they were a round apart to the point that, like, if round 1 finished in the Stevenson fight, it'd be like 2 minutes to go with round 1 in the Rodriguez fight. And then I'm also trying to look at my phone because Izzy's walking out to the fucking cage. And it's like, why? Why?
Yeah.
Like, can somebody please just make one phone call and be like, oh, you're doing it at that time? I'll push mine half an hour.
Yeah.
Well, I don't understand. They're like fighting on like opposite sides of the country in America too, and it's not like there isn't a fucking time difference.
Yeah, there is a
Yeah.
time difference of a few hours. Yeah. Or
They're like, why the
an
fuck
hour.
are you all fighting at the same time?
Yeah.
I
That
understand
tickled me.
because it's
Tickled me.
like-
Tickled a bit.
no, I understand because it's prime time in a sense, but yeah, you can all sort of hit around prime time without running your events right on top of one another.
Probably get better numbers, like
Yeah,
splitting them up a bit.
Yeah.
I don't, and like what makes it even worse is it was a top ranked show, and like ESPN are in association with the fucking UFC. Like, work your shit out.
Yeah.
Fuck, they are too, aren't they?
Yeah, work your shit out. It's not fucking hard.
Just realize that. It's even easier for them. They're literally done by the same fucking broadcasting network.
Yeah. In that kind of
Fuck.
situation, you really just got to be better.
Like, it's not hard. Like,
Like, that's
I
not
don't-
even a hypothetical situation. That's a one phone call. Oh, we should probably wait a bit. Hey.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
yeah, like it's, I don't know, it just doesn't make any fucking sense.
I feel like that's probably the only thing that sanded my burn from the weekend. I feel like everything went pretty well. That was annoying though.
Yeah. Then what was?
Like the time having it all together.
Oh, yeah. Other than that,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
you
just
can't really
frustrating.
complain.
Yeah.
Great weekend of fights.
Yeah.
Great
Mm.
coverage. Great action. Speaking of great action, cunts, get on the fucking socials and give us a follow. Be great action in amongst that shit.
There is great action on there, you're right, for
Plenty of action.
oh, there's fucking action left, right, and center. Yeah. Help us. Help someone, I don't know. Anyone you guys want to help?
Oh, fucking myself.
Yeah, help us, help you enjoy yourselves. We'll be back later in the week with a veggie bake. Bye.
El Fabiano, Zasky Ramos.